Hi all, and welcome back to Stardew Valley. Don't really have my ooh, don't really my camera on because I'm just streaming some more Stardew Valley. I'm setting the um. Hi, Lieutenant Sushi Roll. Nice to see you. I'm actually not doing my video today because I'm sick. So yeah, I'm just gonna be streaming my commentary, talking. Let's get all loaded up. Well, that's a lot. Didn't really. It took me forever just to get the settings right the first time. All right, the plan is to we're gonna finish up spring tonight, and then tomorrow I should be summer, and then I'm probably gonna be doing some more World of Warcraft Shadowlands. That's the plan anyway. I'm trying to catch up for all the streaming that I had. So, my controller is having issues. Get it. Luckily, I learned how to play this game with and without the controller. Platform. They've changed Stardew Valley so much from what it used to be. It used just the basic first start, and then they kept adding. Currently, they upgraded an entire another part to Stardew Valley. Wait, what? Okay, we have to go re-explore Stardew Valley. Beginning. Because I like playing games from beginning to end. If I get hooked on a game, I want to just can't help it. Controller died. I could have swore I plugged it. I have so many controllers. Way too many. Way too many. Hoping to eventually hit that partner affiliate just so I can start uploading all of my videos that I have offline. Playing games. Because some games, a lot of people don't like to watch. For example, Earthbound. I love me some Earthbound, but especially I prefer to stream stuff more like Stardew Valley. I enjoy it. I enjoy it. Mainly what it's. I've been currently playing Stardew Valley also because I am waiting for my Elgato and my Switch to come in. Because I have over 100 games on my PS4 Pro that I'm just not using. Right? It is so relaxing to watch. When my hubby was doing this playthrough of this entire game, first time he played it, I just would just curl up and watch. It reminds me of Harvest Moon games. Harvest Moon games were so much fun. They were very, very similar to Stardew Valley. Like a lot of the same kind of setup as Stardew Valley is the same as Harvest Moon 64. Have wives, get married, do the farming thing, raise horses, build friendships and stuff like that. That was what kind of got me into Stardew Valley in the first place. Is they said it was reminiscent of Harvest Moon, and tons of people went, "Oh, I don't like that," and I went, "Well, I do. I love those games." And then once Stardew Valley started to take off, because everybody was like, "Oh, this is an awesome game," I'm like, saying that all along. But you know, everybody said the same thing about Minecraft when it first started. What is that? A mining game with blocks? That doesn't look like that much fun. Look at how pixelated. The game is much louder. Oh goodness. How's that? For some reason, my desktop audio was turned all the way up, and I'm like, no. Not supposed to do that. I'm using Streamlabs, so everything that you see I've had to do manually and set up myself. All of my transitions, stuff like that. The only thing I didn't make is my background. My layout was made by one of the people off of Etsy, but I like supporting, you know, just like some people like supporting small streamers, I like supporting young crafty type of people. And this chick's was just phenomenal. What I was picking up cowboy reason. Dodie. Looks like. Yeah, all the little GIFs and everything. It's taken me hours, and I have over 50 games already queued up with their own personal layouts. And then I have to do customized ones once I get my Elgato for my PS4. Formatting. I'm hoping once I hit partner, I can create my own emotes. I've actually I have my own artwork like is on my string. Did that myself. I'm actually really good at making, you know, GIFs and things like that, and I'm completely self-aware. But I've made my own GIFs, sent them to my friends and stuff like that. Really want to make some different ones. Mainly based off of, you know, who my gamer, I guess you could call it a gamer persona. Which is why I go by Aki, is because that's what I've gone by since I started playing. Oh my god. Ragnarok Online? That was a long time ago. A long time ago. And before that, it was only chats to sit there and, you know, do D&D style stuff online, like where everybody else was, oh, this team chat program. Dude, me and my friends were in there geeking out, pretending to play D&D online, okay? Like, if you can consider that online gaming, then before they made games for online gaming, I was trying. Yeah. Unfortunately, there is a lot of people to compete with. A lot. Yeah, it is. I'm finding that, like, I can do tons and tons of hours. I mean, I already did a complete playthrough of Twilight Princess HD. And I can... Minecraft is another one I can play for hours. I've been playing Minecraft since it just... I think they hadn't even made diamond yet in the game. They just had cobblestone and wood and basic stuff. And I'm pretty sure there was only one time, and zombies came out all the time. And then they added creepers, and I became terrified of the game. Oh, okay. Fishy! Aha! Got frozen geodes. Ooh! Oh, it's already too... I was gonna say, oh right, I gotta go cash in my geodes. I still have one more slide. Basically, I'm just running around for the last part of it and growing my strawberry plants, because there's not really a whole bunch that you can do that I've found in one. It's kind of like the basic. My boring stuff can get through the near brainless look. Hey, I figure that's what I have to come to the table with. You know, I've got, unlike a lot of chicks I have a lot of gaming experience, and I mean years. I liked anime and gaming before it was cool even for guys, okay? Like, I was that anime nerd everybody made fun of, the one that sat at home and played... God, what was it? Warcraft 1 and 2, I played Warcraft 1, 2, and 3. And played Defense Against the Ancients. One of my favorite actual, like, mod games with, one of the Warcraft 3 map packs that they did was, the name of it, but it's where you turned into one of the zombie, flesh things that had giant meat hooks and you sit there and hook each other back and forth and stuff like that. It was so much fun. Caused so many tears amongst my guy friends. But that was part of the fun, you know? I mean, I was there at the birth of Halo. I cried when Cortana disappeared, not gonna lie. And, I remember the end of Halo 3 having to do the long jump in legendary mode with the, I think it was the Warthog. And, none of my guy friends could get it, and I meant they spent like 3 hours trying to sit there and jump this thing, and thing kept falling off the cliff, and they were about to break the controller, and I'm like, let me try, and they're like, no, you're a girl, you can't do it. And I'm like, okay, well, just let me try. I drove, and I did it on my first try. And every single last one of them screamed how many different levels of bullshit it was and stuff like that, and I'm sitting there going, I'm sorry? I'm like, but it's always been that way. I'd go to gaming tournaments and I'd be the only chick there, and they'd all look at me like I was a freak of nature. And then I'd prove myself in skill, and they'd give me mad respect, and I was like, my gender doesn't matter. How good I am as a gamer? That's what does. So right now, not doing hot because I'm too busy talking, but that's part of the thing, is learning how to balance talking and doing this, which is one of... That is okay. I have to take a... But I want to open the chest. Open the chest? There we go. No... Hey, yeah, that's the way I've always looked at it. My siblings have actually told me that they're proud of the way I do things. I'm autistic and I have MS now. Well, I've always been autistic, but I have MS now. I got diagnosed at the beginning of this year. Came with that's why I don't really have a schedule. Hard to nail down when stream because, but at least you know I'm trying. And that's better to me. That's better than nothing, you know. At least I'm trying to do something. There's a lot of people that would probably give up, but not me. I mean, if I gave up every time I played a Final Fantasy game, I never would have finished any of them. Oh, those games. Those games kill me, that's for sure. Too many deaths. Final Fantasy, 10, specifically. What was it? The, Sin fight. Hated those fights. Hated them with a passion. And then, the final battle with Sephiroth in the original Final Fantasy VII, that was a... You had to make sure you had every... I think the worst fight in Final Fantasy VIII was actually when you were Laguna and you were going through... Remember that area? Like all crystallized and stuff. You were like looking into the past and you had your 2 party members and the guns and everything else. I think that was after the scene with the piano in town. After they had already escaped. The battle at the end of that crystallized area was the worst fight in Final Fantasy VIII. I hated that fight. Like, even more so than, God. Was it Omega Weapon that was in Final Fantasy VIII? It was Omega Weapon that was in Final Fantasy. It was either that or Ultima Weapon. Yeah, they've had so many different weapons. It is so hard to keep track. I've played every Final Fantasy to date, including Final Fantasy 11 and 14. Still have a house and property in Fantasy 14. I haven't been on it in a while, but... I play a lot of games. I manage a lot of games. Been playing... no fishies. No swords. I've been playing, World of Warcraft. Which is actually ironic as soon as, As soon as, As soon as Shadowlands dropped, I've been, farming in Shadowlands. And, I've already made 2 WoW tokens in World of Warcraft. I like to farm, okay? I'm not gonna lie. Farming is kind of my thing. And when World of Warcraft Legion dropped, I farmed like 7 WoW tokens in a week, and my husband was like, "How much money did you just make?" And I'm like, "Does it matter?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, I haven't even counted. I'm just farming. And he's like, "You haven't counted." I'm like, "No." Kinda just shook his head at me. I actually bought, when I actually took a look, I ended up buying, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, Warcraft 3, The Frozen Throne, and, game. Oh, Diablo 3. the full, Reaper of Souls edition. All of them all at once, and I paid for like 3 months of WoW, and he's looking at me he's like, "That's insane. How can you farm that much?" And I'm like, it doesn't really get boring. Once you get into a repetitive groove, you just kind of just go with the flow. I should have never shown you that video. He's singing the Ni Hao song, called Ni Hao, A Gold Farmer's Story. It's from, done by Nim. He's one of the this World of Warcraft music back in the day. It's a song about knew I needed one. Basically, they're trash talking all these gold farmers because back in Burning Crusade, you couldn't get them out of Shadow Moon Valley. No matter what you did, you'd try and farm something and they'd be there. And you'd be like, no? I was just there, and you'd have to sit there and wait for hours just to do, like, tiny little things. But, yeah. When I, was playing World of Warcraft, they showed me that song in my old guild saying I was the guild Nihao because of how much gold back then that I was bringing to the guild. And that's literally what they put underneath my name in the guild comments, was that I was the guild Nihao. If they needed anything farmed, they came and asked me. Hey, at least I was good at something. I've played too many games to count. Way many games. I actually have a Switch coming in, and I will be doing Breath of the Wild, Pokemon Shield, I believe. Yeah, Pokemon Shield and a couple other ones. Oh yeah, I'm definitely going to be doing Rune Factory 4 because they finally re-released it on... Okie dokie, that's fine with me. I'll be here. But I played Rune Factory 4, and, yeah, I played Rune Factory 4 for the 3DS, and then they sold out the company, and they went under, and trust me, I was super depressed about that. But, after they went under, they got bought out, and they redid Rune Factory 4 for the Switch. And I didn't know this until just the other day when I was browsing the Switch store on my Switch Lite, and I saw that they were re-releasing Rune Factory 4. And I was like, oh my god, I've got to pick this game up and stream it, because literally I did 100% on everything on that game too. I've done that with only a handful of games. Chrono Trigger is one of them. Tales of Vesperia, Psychedelica the Black Butterfly, Psychedelica of the Ashen, Amnesia Memories. I mean, most of the games that I've said that I'm going to be playing, I've already gotten 100% and completed on. I just want to relive that experience again, because it was... they're games that have replayability. Like no other. It's like Skyrim to me. Yeah, I was definitely one of those complete to 100% people when it came to Skyrim. And then, yeah. I ended up, thank you, Lieutenant Sushi Roll, for keeping me. Yeah, I appreciate it. But, yeah, I play a lot of games, 100%. It's just habit, you know. You kind of get going into a flow, and then you don't want to stop. At least that's how it... You get going on something. Especially if it's a good game with a good story. That's why World of Warcraft has had me as a sucker for years. Not even kidding. It's because I played the original Warcraft games, and they know that I'm gonna keep coming back after I was addicted to those games. I don't know how they know, it's just, it's like I have to finish the fight. I have to do it. It's like, just as bad as the Master Chief call for, I think it's Halo 5, saying that he's gonna finish this fight. I'm looking at him, I'm like, don't say that to me, because I will turn around and buy the new Xbox just so I can finish the fight and cry again, okay? But I want my Cortana back, so, you know, it'd be worth it to me. I was always a huge Cortana fan. Like, she was the sassy chick with attitude that was awesome. So, and so many people, you know... Yes, I'm talking about Halo. Yeah, I know I'm gonna have something new to stream if I get it, but it's the fact of... You'll probably lose me. You'll probably lose me for a lot longer than that. I mean, like, I have the Halo Anniversary Edition on my computer right now. And I've already played through, like, a lot of it on Legendary. Just because, I'm not good with the PC when it came to Halo. You give me an Xbox 360 controller, I'd do that, but I can't afford the controller for quite yet, so, when you're disabled, you're on a very, very limited budget, so get what I can. I mean, my Elgato, my sister got me, and she got, half of my Switch, so I was able to get it. We were that kind of level of broke this year. But, also half of my Christmas didn't even come in the mail. It was my family trying to make me feel just... Considering my health, I had, 21 seizures this month. Which, according to my doctors, means I should not be driving, but considering I'm the only legal able-bodied driver, what apparently our government considers able-bodied. If you can't feel the entire right side of your body, is that able-bodied? I don't think so. But according to them, I am. So we just kind of roll with it. And my husband can't drive because of his disabilities. It's all on me. But I don't really mind because it gives me stuff to do. And, you know, I like life on hard mode. Most good games always are on hard mode anyway. I make the best of it. I have my own fight just like everybody else does every day. That's how I look at it. We're gonna go to floor 25 and do some mining. Any energy and it's already 2 o'clock. Here comes one of those. Buddy. Death denied. You fall asleep, Lieutenant Sushi Roll. I appreciate. I don't. You just wanna cuddle up and chill. That's part of my thing. How I am. Everybody deserves a safe place that they can, you know, expect no judgment. Not a lot of people. That's why I wanted to turn my stream into, because being autistic, I know how that is. You need to have a place where nobody's gonna sit there. I think what's killing are, at least, you know, the United States, not everybody in the US. I think part of our major problem. So many people, stress will kill people faster than anything. One of the things that stress can kill people, I mean, we've seen it, like, now. I don't know. I think people, especially even on Twitch, really need a place where they can come to really has no judgment. Where they can just, you know, talk and vent about their day. Like, I'll sit there and listen. I don't care. Just how I am. That makes me happy. I can help. I grew up in really messed up situations. I know better than anybody that sometimes somebody needs here to listen, somebody to talk to. Right now with everything else going on, COVID, everybody's stuck inside, so or stressed out. Be safe. And I want to provide that for people, you know? That's what I think I can bring. I mean, my husband's like the biggest bipolar bear that I know, and I calm him down every single day. And yes, my love. I know that. Go for it. I already know what you're gonna ask. Go for it. Yeah. I'm glad. The little one? I have a little one who's also autistic. Is also the other I'm doing. I grew up with a lot of misconceptions about autism and things like that. I was given numerous medications. I mean, way too many. When 90% of them I should have been on. They assumed just because I'm female that, I didn't have autism. Apparently because I was a girl, and it wasn't, you know, abruptly severe. I didn't have autism, schizophrenia, or any number of things. When actually high-functioning autistic with savant syndrome. Which is another ironic thing. So many people say, oh, you should be on social media and stuff like that. Okay. It's another big fight. But, to be on disability. Not. Because, according to them, my level of intelligence is high to be considered disabled. Even though I have severe social difficulties and anxiety. Which my social difficulties are not talking through a camera, mind you. My social difficulties are talking in person. And, everybody, you know, has judged me for most of my life. Garbage, because I was different. And I really wasn't that different. I just saw things from a different point of view. The box doesn't exist for me. No, everybody expects you to live in a box and be exactly what they think you should be. Just like, no, that's not who I am. Regardless of my disabilities, that's not who I am. I've always been a very loving, caring person. Now I want to share that with people. I think the world needs a little bit more, yeah, love and caring and understanding. We've been through enough in 2020. I don't want that to continue. At least to the people that find me, provide a kind of relaxing service that you can't find anywhere else. Somewhere that you don't have to be worrying about judgment or anything like that, but also a non-bombarding kind of environment. You know, I'm not gonna tell you... The only things I'm gonna say is, please, no sexual commentary, stuff like that. Just treat me as a human being. Don't think about my gender. I'm just another gamer. Just, you know, somebody who's long and escape for a little bit about their own worries, and just to vent them out and not have judgment. If anybody in my stream ever starts judging another person, take time out. Peace. I want people to be safe. Most of all, when to me. Because not a lot of people feel that nowadays. Everything always being so unstable and chaotic. Too much. Goodness, where is this hole? I'm gonna have to go back out, aren't I? Oh. This happened before, too. Where did I go? Why you do these things? Yelling at myself. Oh no, no. Where do I go out? Oh wait, I think I got until... Can I make it home by 2? I think I can. Yes, leave mine. This isn't the first time that I've done this where I've like had to run back to my... And I think I'm not gonna make anything for today. Running. Yeah, that's my biggest problem in this game is I fill the... not too friggin' long, but I fill the days too friggin' full. And then I end up like collapsing because I forget to look. It's actually kind of a lot like I'll keep streaming and my husband will be like 2 a.m. and I'm like, what? Look outside. Oh, I guess it is 2 a.m. Hey, but we got level 2 farming, watering can proficiency, and hoe proficiency. Stone fence, mayonnaise machine, ooh, mayonnaise, and a sprinkler. Anything else? Hey, level 3 combat, plus 5 HP, and a roots platter. Oh wait, I did turn in stuff at the beginning of the day. Made money. And thank you so much, Lieutenant Sushi Roll, for the follow. Yeah, when I've been sick, if you like my stream, I would definitely check out, if you like Animal Crossing and stuff like that, there's a streamer named Renee. I have her followed. And she introduced me to a streamer called Pokemon Cast. He's also very relaxing, because there it kind of talks to people, plays the game. They're both really, really chill. Their chat is always really fun. It's kind of like mine. So if you don't see me online, feel free to go and check them out. So Pokemon Cast does specifically mainly Pokemon games. So the chat did manage to convince him one day to do Stardew Valley, which I was so happy about. Because I love me some Stardew Valley. But yeah. And together for the fluffer dance. If you can find a partner, you might even want to participate yourself. There's a little clearing beyond the forest west of town where we hold a dance. Arrive between 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. I don't think I've established any relationships yet. The one dude I wanted to establish a relationship with never gets out of his basement. Yeah, we don't have enough days left, I don't think. We might. No, we don't. I love this music. So bouncy. Makes me so happy. But I intend to stream, you know, a lot of games. Like, The Legend of Zeldas are a must. Just saying. I started with Twilight Princess. I can't not. But I'm also waiting until the Zelda anniversary to see if they release Skyward Sword. Because if they release Skyward Sword or any kind of thing like they did with Mario, I'm totally picking up the entire anniversary collection and streaming it, like, ASAP. Because I'm a huge Zelda fan. I always have been. Like, I've been playing video games since I was 2 years old. My first game was Super Castlevania 4. My dad had bought this like old school SNES. He got me that, and then after I had an aptitude, I was like, he saw that I had an aptitude for the game, or at least just games in general. He went and bought me, what is it called? It was the Mario Paint with a little thingy. Mario Paint, and then he got me, Donkey Kong Country. But before that, he had gotten me A Link to the Past. I played through that. So that one took me forever. And then he had this, like, weird Formula 1 racing game that I just adored when I was a kid. I could not stop playing that game. But, I also played the Sega Genesis until my brother chucked it out the window. Yeah, we went through a lot of consoles, but, as the years went through, I've played every single console to date, I think. Let's see. Except for the NES, I played for Nintendo. I didn't play in the Atari series, so I wasn't there at the very, very beginning. But when gaming as we know it changed, I was there for that when it became popular. Or started to anyway. I played the Super Nintendo, the N64, just on the Nintendo side. Super Nintendo, N64, Super Nintendo, N64, GameCube. Yeah, Super Nintendo, N64, GameCube. After that was the Wii, Wii U, and now the Switch. Played every console. On the Nintendo side, handheld as well, including the Game Boy, Game Boy Color, DS, NDS, 3DS, 3DS XL. I'm doing in the artist. Played all the handhelds. I've played all the PlayStation. Like, I've played some games that a lot of people haven't. Like, with the new Final Fantasy VII, everybody's like, re-release Crisis Core, and I'm sitting here going, why didn't you play it when it was released? You know, kind of like halfway cocky, just... Hey, I've been waiting for this game way longer than you. Don't demand a remake of Crisis Core now, because y'all will cry the way I did. Just saying. Crisis Core was the only PSP game besides, Growlancer. I think Generations. Yeah, Growlancer Generations. I couldn't put the game down. I couldn't put Crisis Core down. I didn't care that the battle system sucked. It was the story. Like, it sucked you in. Like, no other. It was amazing. I really, really liked that. I really wish they'd... Oh, shoot! Son of a... No! My game just crashed. What was that? No! So much fail! Give me a moment. I don't know what happened. Sad face. My game crashed. For no reason. It just went whoop, gone. Huh. It just means I gotta redo the day. Oh well. Aha. Woot woot. Ah, the flower dance. Right. Doing some farming until the... Well, we're just gonna ignore what happened there. It's a little bit of an accident. Hold on just a second. Okay. The leak in my... Ah! I forgot. Still have that full inventory. You know, I think mistakes on streams are funny. You know, everybody makes mistakes in real life. Mistakes. I can't remember where I was at, though. Talking about a lot of different... What puzzles? Yeah, meowed at me. Oh. What? But, what? I've played way too many games to count. Chrono Trigger is definitely an obsession. Very, very big obsession, I should say. Yeah, I've been playing that game since it was first released on the Super Nintendo, and probably bought every single version of it. When I say every single version, I mean the Super Nintendo version, the PlayStation, the Nintendo DS version, the one for my phone, the one for my iPad, and now the one for my PC, which apparently is based off of the DS version. I actually really enjoyed. A lot of other people, but I did. Yeah, kinda. I played a lot of games, but that game I can't get enough of. Like, I loved Chrono Cross to the point where I actually played Radical Dreamers, the English translation of Radical Dreamers. And sure, it was just basically a text game that tells you a story. I didn't care. I loved that game. The story is phenomenal if you follow it all the way through. Like, when I play Chrono Cross, I'm not gonna lie, be very, very confused. No idea what the hell had happened between Chrono Trigger and then when they released Chrono Cross and I played it through, it was still a beautiful game in and of itself. Like, the art and things like that. I will, if they never do a remake, probably won't with the release of the PC. I'm probably gonna end up doing, if I do Chrono Trigger, I'm gonna do Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross back to back. Just because they're that awesome of games. And if you do that, I think a lot more people will understand the game's crossover. Or at least the storyline, because I will go through and do everything in Chrono Cross, so reading the dialogue and stuff like that. But I had first, second game, Chrono Cross, and some of the stuff that happened. There was a bunch that you had to do in Chrono Cross. There was a bunch that you had to do that you unlock in order to unlock basically the best ending, you had to go through all these like bunches and bunches of different hoops. Just beyond ridiculous. Yeah, had to... How it exactly went now. It's been 20 years since I've played that game. It's hard to keep up with all these newer video games, but I'm gonna try. One of the games on my list is Pokemon Snap. Like I was saying though, it was the Dragon Gods, right? Dragon Gods. You had to, I think it was you had to kill all the Dragon Gods and take their power so that you unlock the final boss. And Chrono, Marl, and Luca, I think that's how you say I always called her Marley because if it was Marl, it would have been M-A-R-L. That's Marl. Everybody said M-A-R-L-E is Marl, and I'm like, I see Marley, which sounds like a very princessy type of name. But then again, that same problem comes with my name, my real name. It ends in L-E too, and it sounds like Marl's does. So, even though I've argued it, I can't really argue with the logic of it. Some people have also said the Lee like I have. I don't know. It was just one of those things. I thought her name also sounded way better. Marley. It suited her personality more than Marl. Sounded like an Grandma Marl. Love the mining music down here. Always gets me in the groove. Like, one of my biggest things when it comes to video, the music has to grab me, which is why the Tales of series, that music. Every time, like one game that I am going to play on. Tales of, they don't come out with anything for the PS5, and they don't come out with a Rise real soon. I'm going to play Tales of Exilia, and why? Because that is such underrated game for people. And so many people haven't played that game. I mean, the Tales of series pretty much became big when Zestiria came out. But I'm telling you that Tales of Exilia, you could play as not only the main male character, you could play as the main female character from both of their different points of view. The entire game. And I was like, wait, I get to play 2 different versions of the same RPG in the same world by 2 of my favorite characters? And add more to the story with each character? Oh, I'm down for that. So I played it through main male character. Basically the one you have to play to understand. And then you play as the female character and kind of together that you didn't understand. So well done for a dual main character game. I was so impressed. Like, that's part of the reason I got so obsessed. Long. That game. I know this game. I know this game. Oh, I totally spaced it. Whoops, it happens. There's too many games. Too many games. Might have eidetic memory, but it's hard to remember that many games. I have thousands upon saved, basically. The entire .hack series, entire Xenosaga series. I've played Xenogears. I own 3 different copies of Xenogears. I have too many friggin' games, okay? Like, not even kidding. Just, it's like I said in my profile, I love gaming. What I do. Like, just the other day I was messing around. Right, I have a picture. Submit it just to make people mad, but I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. I was playing Super Smash Bros. Melee. Okay. I still have my disc, and I was running it off of my PC. And, I'm not kidding you. I did Trouble King, the very, very first event. And on the website, or speedruns.com, have all these different times, you know, all the different events. And the the number 30 place is like 1 minute and 13 seconds. Okay. Remember that. 1 minute and 13 seconds, right? The first time I did it, I got 32 seconds. 32 seconds. Second time I did it, I got 24. And my husband looked at me like, what is that? And I'm like, that is me playing for too many years with the two biggest jerks I know at that game. I have this one friend. Well, he's kind of an ex-friend now. He's moved on. But, had one friend that, to play with that would just religiously play Mars. I'm talking like religiously would play Mars, and I'd look at different character. And I'm not kidding. That's all he'd ever play, and my friend would only play young Link and all I know is I would play Sheik. Sheik is kind of my character. Not Zelda. Sheik. Was so happy when I heard that the new Melee had separated the two. Like, yes, that's how it should be because they play as two different characters. Really playing Sheik. Oh. But yeah. I religiously play as Sheik because my favorite smash is to kick people off the screen. Kinda suited my... Let's stop. Oh well. But no. I used to also do this thing that I'd call juggling, which was my jerk way of kicking people, bouncing them, continue in the air for fun. I couldn't help it. It frustrated the heck out of my friends. They'd always try to just jump smash me. Nope. But before that, it was always a... Yeah, I've played a lot. I was playing Luigi. Get ahead. There's a zombie thingy. A couple of zombies. Oh, Mr. Zombies. Mr. Nope, zombies. Nope, zombies. Nope, zombies. Would I be that person that would punch a zombie in the face to death? Yes. I do not like zombies. I don't like... For that matter, not a scary movie person. I will probably do, like, the scariest thing that I can. Probably gonna go terrifying. No, it's... See what I mean? I wait until the last second. But, I get in that, like, mining groove and I keep going. Can't help it. I completely forgot what I was gonna say. Okay. That was, I think, a little bit of a close. Got 7 days. I thought it was hilarious how around my gamer friends on Facebook posting Dawn of the Last Day. You know, the final hours from freaking Majora's Mask. I'm like, you over dramatic. God. Come on, God. Dawn of the Last Day. Please don't tell me. I don't want 20. Continue. I don't think anybody did. Like, can we just start over tomorrow? So the rest of the world does not exist this. Capola. Hey. I need to take that to that. Goes on me. Right, I gotta do some fishing before then. Gotta do. That's what we'll do. Okay, we're gonna go do some river fishing, and then we're gonna do some. I think lake fishing is what it's called. Yeah, we'll go up and do some lake fishing. I think we'll go river fishing first, then ocean fishing, and then finish up the day by doing lake fishing. This stream probably won't be as long as my other one. Oh, right, how long my stream? I did a 7-hour stream on New Year's. And I love doing long streams. I love doing LP plays. They're also known as LP. But I like doing. I forget. Bloody. Oh, put the TV. I feel like I'm missing some. Did I skip dancing? But today. I think I skipped Dancing Fest. That's okay, there's always next. Oh, no. Alright. Ah, I knew that Stardew Valley had to have done this. The forest west of... Guess we're fishing tomorrow. Let's go do this flower dance. I forgot to ask somebody. That's okay. I was gonna ask Bastion. I don't think I could level up enough for that matter. Gosh, I always go after the hardest one to get. I'm not even kidding. I always go after the... Like... There was this one chick, which is gonna make so many people at my I'm not kidding. In Harvest Moon 64, there was this chick named Karen who had like this nasty ass attitude and everything like that, and she was an orphan, and she was the hardest one to get. Took me months to figure out how to get her, but when I finally did, I Hear how upbeat that is? But I can't fish here. Fishing! Right. A rare crow. By the rare crow. Okay. Like, I have an entirely different setup that's gonna be coming in the mail once we get the stimulus checks, because, like I said before, you know, we're a disabled family, so, you know, we're stuck on a fixed income. Everybody thinks that's fantastic, but after bills and everything else, we maybe have $100 to get the rest of the necessities that we need. After everything. It's really, really hard to budget with every single month. So when we get things like the stimulus check and stuff like that, I mean, we're grateful that our bills are paid every month, but when we get the stimulus checks, oh my god, even $200 does amazing things in our lives. And, you know, we've had to scrape by for most of the year, and not gonna lie, a lot of our benefits kept getting dropped and stuff like that, so we didn't even have the coverage needed to pay just even our basic bills. So even $600 for the stimulus check were a blessing. So I can't imagine, you know, middle class families, the ones that have lost. I really feel for you guys. Because if I'm struggling and we're at like the bottom of the bucket when it comes to poverty, then you guys have to be struggling really hardcore. I really feel for everybody. I'm using it to basically upgrade. Getting a new desk. I need a chair for my back. Literally, I just sat at the end of a bed and my old wooden desk that I like screwed together and everything so I can keep it stable. And then drawing monitor from back in college when and then the other TV that I had set up for my TV rig. So we're gonna be getting a monitor, a desk, a chair, which is totally gonna change. It should really, really help. Which and I'm really grateful. We don't. I try not to look a gift horse in the mouth. A lot of people complained about this. And I'm like, I'm not gonna complain. We could have gotten nothing. No, I'm grateful for. Yes. At base. But, yeah. Douche canoe. But, yeah. I had to do it. Popcorn and cheesy. Okay. I do this thing where I mix, the Fritos jalapeno cheddar, the mild cheddar, and Tostino's, cheese dip. I mix them all together in a pot, and I only do half of each to kind of bring down the spiciness, and it tastes just like that, you know, nacho cheese sauce that you get at the theater. And Taco Bell, for that matter. You know, spicy nacho cheese sauce. I eat it with popcorn, I eat it with, the soft pretzels. I eat it with, all sorts of different things. It's really, really good the way I do it, but, we only have 2 of the different kinds of cheeses, not the 3, so easy sauce. But I have to wait until everything else comes in so that I have to wait till everything else comes in so that actually make it so. Everybody said. But yeah. I eat a lot of different things. I have a very specific and only kinds of things. Like, I'm deathly allergic to raw onion. We found this out, well, my husband saw it the hard way the other night. Exactly how allergic I am when my throat decided to swell shut because the local pizza company accidentally put some onions on my pizza. And apparently because I didn't state on my order that, you know, I was deathly allergic to onions. You know, even as I was sitting there like gagging for air on the floor, they didn't care, so I was just like, whatever. Something I have to live with. I managed to get Benadryl and everything in me in time, so use my inhaler because I also have breathing issues. Like, that's something like a lot of people have gotten on to me about during the pandemic is wearing your mask, and I'm looking at them going, sometimes I can't wear it because it keeps causing me sinus infections. Yeah. Everybody like, there's no side effects. Yes, there is for some people. So I just kind of avoid it and stay home. Use delivery services and stuff like that for our food, but it gets more costly than it was before. So. But at least I'm trying to do, you know, my part in my own way. Without, instead of, you know, ignoring the rules and... crap or anything. Like, I'm not gonna lie, there was... trying to get my controller to work real. But, no, I actually had one day when I didn't wear my... regardless of my MS, I had a bunch of sinus infections. Don't wanna... need to be able to breathe. And all I was running in was for a gallon of milk, literally to the back of the store, to the self-checkout right at the front of the store, and then out the trying my best to avoid people. Karen got in my face and was screaming at me at the top of her lungs like I was endangering everybody's lives and things like that, and she's inches away from my face, and I'm like, you're the one endangering my life right now, lady, get away from me. And it was just one of those moments where I just started trying to stay hot. After that, I'm like, I don't want to have an Karen type because it's old. Just because, you know, I hate people when they sit there and assume of me. Everybody else. So frustrating. I try my best. Don't lie. Respect everybody else's back. Some people. They automatically assume, based on how you look, for one person. That's where part of the reason I'm here. Everybody assumes people with autism are the same. No, I want to show everybody the nitty-gritty, you know, that how autism can be, you know. I'm an autistic adult. My kid, he's an autistic kid and nonverbal. I guess you could say functional speech yet. He's trying though. He really is. But I used to be just like him. Speech therapy and stuff like that really helped me as I got older. And also one big thing I learned was learning to not care so much about what other people thought of me. Because everybody's got opinions and we all know what opinions are like. Everybody's got one of them too. So it's just, I kind of do what I do and best of it and make the best of it for everybody else around me. Very caring person. Need a little bit more of what I have in the world. That's just a theory though. Regardless if I'm needed or not, I still want to try. I don't know unless I try. There's some people that have been trying for years and they barely have, you know, anybody ever on their channel. As long as they kept it up, they kept getting loyal viewers and stuff like that, and now they're doing phenomenally because they had that tenacity. I would never give up, and that's my motto. I have the tenacity to never give up like no other. When everybody else has always expected me to fail in an art school. Got a 3.7 GPA. Somebody else did, you know, give up and stuff like that, and the only reason I had to quit art school wasn't but started having issues with my arm, which I didn't realize was my MS at the time. But I started dropping my pencil and stuff like that. I couldn't hold it anymore. What in the world, you know, is going on? And then the pain got unbearable in my drawing arm, so from there I was gonna try and go into the military, of all things, try and make my grandfather. And I got pregnant with my son. Was gonna go into the military 3 months after I had him. Kid you not. Right after I turned 30, 3.5 months after son, my MS hit. I started having seizures and stuff. I even got a waiver for my autism going to the military. I mean, like, my entire life has changed. And then one of my friends, you know, you talk a lot. You remind me of this streamer. You know, you'd be pretty good at that. And you're going. You mean like the people I watch on YouTube? Haven't you heard of Twitch? What the hell is a Twitch? And here I am. So, yeah. I started Twitch a while ago, and my health got way, way worse. Started to get better. Worse, and then chewed out by this one chick. And that was kind of my done moment. I was like, it was right after that. With caring what people thought of me. She was like everything that I'm not. She uses her body to sell her games and things like that, and I'm like, you realize that's basically like softcore prostitution, right?
No, it's not.
When you say that you are a titty gamer, prostitution. Saying, using your body to sell your game. Of using your gameplay to sell your games. And if I wanted to see stuff like that, I'd just go to Pornhub, and I don't. So I focus on bringing, you know, at least decently clad content to people. Because not everybody wants to see that. And if that's their thing, go find them. But that ain't gonna be me. You will always find gaming content and me fully clothed. Though you will see some really, really cool shirts from T-Turtle, I'm sure. Like, T-Turtle is my jam. I love me some T-Turtle. I've got like 15 shirts by T-Turtle now. Yeah, I also, love Postar on Etsy. They make these fox hats and stuff like that that are all fuzzy, and when my anxiety is high, you will see me wearing one on the stream. I'm gonna have two different ones, a black one, which I already have, and they're custom making a special one, which I'm going to show off in my stream one of these days. But, super excited for that. Yeah. I've got some, you know, somewhat decent content gonna be heading your way. I need to stop and take a drink. I don't think I've, like, taken a full breath in a couple minutes. Lord have mercy. Just saying, Pokemon Cast, now I understand why you chug so friggin' much, man. A friend of mine told me, just start talking and don't stop. I didn't understand it at first, but now, get it. I really do. I mean, that's kind of how I am. Normally with my friends. Start talking. I figure people are here. You know, if people are here to watch my stream, they're here to get away from all the psycho-ness. They want to hear something new, something good. Probably not more drama or ridiculousness that the world keeps throwing. Hey. I'm really good at coming up with you know, ideas for people to escape. Here, let's go look at this shiny thing. Or my favorite thing in Breath of the Wild. Here, let's go climb this mountain and randomly jump off. Hey, that looks good over there. Let's fly over there. You haven't even beaten the first boss. That's okay. We'll figure it out as we go. Where are you even going? I don't know, but it looks fun. Yeah, I'm that kind of crazy in Breath of the Wild. Hey, when you're crazy like that though, just saying, you can, you find new things that most people just don't see. Like, I know some people have been like, carp. Depending on where carp are. I'll give it a shot. But, I'm one of those people that like check every nook and cranny in every friggin' game. Like, ooh, it's one of the things me and my husbands have said. We'll go through things and we'll go, ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Anytime we get something new or we find something that looks special. And then if we find out otherwise, we're like, eh, it was worth it. It's kind of how we are. It's trash. I'm gonna throw the broken glasses away. Okay. You're fishy, 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 fishy. Ah. More green algae. I'm actually really, really happy that, because you see, I haven't been able to, play on my PS4 because my TV, one of my screens, right? Got to plug it in and have my... Literally, it's like looking up and looking down for me. My game is down, my camera and my stream platform are up. I actually have missed a couple of saying hellos to viewers because I have to look up to... But that's okay. I'm getting used to it, and like I said, once we get that stimulus, we're gonna turn around and buy gaming monitors. Play my games on one, and then my drawing monitor, which is 15 inches. I can use as my watching, so I can watch. Really, really, really hard to manage the two, the game and the stream, without having to. And I definitely don't have a big enough screen to put it all into one. Fishing. 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 Green algae. It was actually really hilarious. I just started fishing in the cave. Right, I think right 21 had hit. I was fishing in the cave and I caught a friggin'... Like right at the get-go, I was like, yeah! Now there's a way to ring in 2021. That was... I think that was a very, very good start to 2021, was getting that fish. I'm actually pretty good at fishing in this game, that's just... habit. I've always loved the fishing. It reminded me of Earth... Harvest Moon 60. Another really good Harvest Moon game was Harvest Moon 2 for the Game Boy Color. Ah ha ha! Got a halibut! Is that one of our fish? I'm gonna go double check. If I can throw one into the collection, that's a win right there. It was a major pain, that's what it was though. Balancing it. So I think the worst one was that one fish. The bottom feeder on the lava level. Really like just stays there till like the very, very end and then bounces up to the very, very top. So hard to balance with the beginner rod. Fishing in out of nowhere. Talking about them. Night fishing. Ooh, the bream. For fish. The negatory ghost red are not for fish. Crab pot. Nope. Nice. It's okay though. Everybody watching me right now. But everybody watching, I really appreciate it. I really do. Like I said, it takes some people years to even just get a couple. I appreciate it when somebody, you know, stays for a while and says hello. Makes me happy. And I try to provide, you know, at least somewhat amusing commentary, and when I have my camera on, I have me typically in the bottom right hand corner. But not been healthy today. Sick and don't want anybody to do that. Just saying. It's just nobody wants for everybody just stay to my not stay to myself, stay off the stream so I don't see anybody else. When you have to watch somebody who's not healthy, sick, or at least that's what I do. What am I doing? Oh right, gotta place this. Oh, the starfruit seed. So happy I got the starfruit seed this early. That means already plant them in. Ooh, we got that oyster. Bob. That wood could build that bridge. Turn that sunfish. I try to keep the star ones because you never know. And I have melon seed. Okay. Go back and find out. First, we're going to geode on my. I figure if I can make it here from the mine, I can make it back and forth to the community center and to the beach. If my microphone sounds just a little bit off, it's only a $15 microphone. It's all I could afford. I haven't upgraded it yet. Like I really want to get one of these phones, but you know, I'm making do with what I got. It takes a lot of adjusting, but it's worth it. I think I've got it to a somewhat stable point, and I only partially cut out what I say. Boop. Hey, hey, hey. Look at that. A bundle complete. Yay! Happy face. Ooh, 3 crab pots. Woot woot. Specialty fishes. Night fishes. Oh. We unlocked another place. Over and take a look. I know what it is, but just one of those things for other people that haven't. Boiler room blacksmith bundle. Take my copper ore. This I can do. And then religious bundle. I can do that. We're finally getting somewhere. We're finally getting somewhere. Really enjoying this. Now we're gonna run back down to the beach. Do 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 do. I just started singing Zelda. Okay. It's after you've played A Link to the Past as religiously as I have, you can't help but get those songs stuck in your head. They're just saying, especially the overworld theme. I've gotten. Let's just say I've too many remixes, things like that. I love me some Zelda, but even I've gone. Maybe you should chill out on the whole Zelda. There's a lot of games I really like. It's just Zelda is my thing. Can't help it. Like, when I did the Twilight Princess playthrough, I hadn't played that game in years, and yet I still had it memorized. There were a few parts where I was like canned off, and I even said it on my stream. I'm like, I have no memory of this place. I just didn't. But my excuse is always like, I try to make jokes about my disability, I'm not gonna lie. Like, when I say I forget things, I've had seizures since then, so I'll chalk it up to that. You know? I try to make light of it, because, you know, if I sit there and I think about it all the time, I'm just gonna sit there and get depressed. And what does that do? The stress level's gonna drop my immune system, because that's what stress does to your body. And our psychological state can literally affect how our physical state is. So, literally, if I sit there and, you know, suffer over it, I'm going to, just stew in it, and just gonna end up miserable. So, I try to be positive as much as I humanly can. Hey, I can make bait! Level up. Level fishing 2. Fishing level 2. Said that backwards. My grandmother at one point said it takes a very specific kind of person to be able to speak my language. I'm like, I have my own language, and she said, yes you do. Once people learn my language, they learn that I'm actually a very, very passive person. I don't have really angry things. I might swear a lot, but... Ooh! Potatoes! I had to squeal for a minute. I was like, potatoes. I think that's in one of my crappie thingies. In the place. This is what I'm referring to. The community center thing. Yeah. I think potatoes are one of those things for the community center crops. Ironically enough, my father is one of those people that I really need to think before I tend to stumble over my words. Which, when you're doing a stream, you know, part of stumbling over your words is what makes it so funny. So, I figured out that I can just kind of roll with how I am, and people love it. At least I think they do. Let me know if you don't love this. So I can, like, work on things. I am all about improvement of the human. Improving myself as a human. Oh, there was a turnip. Parsnip. Thingy! That thingy there! Oh, I can also check if there's a sea urchin. Ironically enough, growing up as a kid, I was not a very popular human being. I was different. I grew up in a very different world. I live in Alaska. So... Growing up here was, different probably from the rest of the world. That's for sure. We've been behind on everything in technology for like years. We're stranded, remote. We have like insane heat now and insane cold. It's not what it used to be, that's for sure. Like everybody says, global warming doesn't exist. Really? Let me give it to you this way as an example. When I was a little girl, we used to have almost 6 feet of snow outside of our front door, and we used to have to carve a path in Anchorage out our front door. Now Anchorage is lucky as if they keep a foot of snow. Where I live has barely kept any snow this year. It is nothing like it was before. It's really stormy and wet, and then it freezes and becomes dangerous. I mean, it has not been easy the past couple of years, and it only seems to be getting worse. This is not what I grew up in. So everybody that sits there and says global warming isn't real, come and live in Alaska for a few years. You'll think otherwise. I sure as heck do. I even at one point, oh, it's not real, and then I saw what happened to my home, and I'm like, oh my goodness. Like, you look north of Alaska, and the entire northern coast seems to be melting. Which is heartbreaking, because a lot of the villages up there are... a lot of the grave sites and stuff like that are coming up. I mean, it's bad. But nobody really talks about that. But I do. Because, you know, it's part of the reason I'm still here, you know? Things are changing up here, but some of them not for the better, but Alaska is one of those states that's kind of up and out of the way from the rest of the world and their craziness, so I can consider it still one of the safest places to live in the world. Maybe not to some people, but it's better than compared to... Ooh, a sardine. And a chest. Still doesn't change the fact that I wish I could move out of this bloody state. I love it, but... the people here leave something to be desired. But, what do you expect when you get a... people with guns? Just like to go out and drink and shoot guns. Not that there's anything wrong with that, it's just... a lot of the younger generations think that they can do it and it's cool, and they don't take proper precautions, and then stuff happens, and then all of us older kids are sitting there looking at them going, why would you do that? Didn't your parents teach you about gun safety? Nope. Why? Because they came up from the lower 48. Which has a lot of us locals sitting there looking at them going, no, you don't do that. No, you don't do that. No, you don't do that. Well, they do. Why do you think Alaska is called the last frontier? There are some things you have to learn about living in a frontier. Frontier living is not for everybody. Just like, you know, desert living isn't for everybody. Forest living isn't for everybody. You know, living in a cabin in the woods isn't for everybody. Not referring to the horror movie. You know, it takes a particular type of person, and a lot of the people up here wish had, you know, a couple of brain cells to rub together. And that's not being too mean. That's just is how it is. Some people should not be living up here because it's dangerous for them. I've seen some people up here that I've looked at and I'm like, why would you do that? Well, it was okay where I live. Do you realize where you are? Like, there was this set of chicks that were walking on the trails. There was one chick from the lower 48 that was up visiting her friend from Alaska, and her friend from in the lower 48 literally dropped down and pretended to be dead because that's what she'd been raised to do. No. The other chick, who grew up in Alaska, instead, like, stood her ground and turned around and screamed at the bear and terrified it, and it ran off. I personally just started laughing my head off. I was like, yeah, that's an Alaskan for you. Sometimes when, you know, to live where you are, you have to be bigger and badder than everything that's around you. And yes, that includes toting a gun, but, you know, you have to know how to use it. People want gun safety, not gun control. Gun control is knowing how to hold your gun. Ah, dang it. Gun control is knowing how to hold your gun and use your gun. Yeah. If you always know that it is a weapon of basically death, it's a weapon of death, and that's exactly what it's for, and you respect that, and you know how to use it, and you don't use it unless you absolutely have to, that is proper gun owner. Not for going around and toting while drunk and shooting everywhere. That's not what it's for. And everybody thinks, oh, that's what gun ownership is. No. By all means, you want to do that in a safe environment where, you know, you have a range and things like that, and you want to drink around your friends responsibly, as long as you have somebody who's sober there. I don't care. Well, I'm talking about all the people that like to go out into the backwoods up here that are barely 18 going around toting guns, specifically. And yes, that does happen more than often. It's mommy or daddy's gun and they'll think it's cool. And typically they're people that have been encouraged. People up here, and they're people from the lower 48. I've seen more accidents the past couple of years involving people from the lower 48, you know, just not respecting nature as it is, and ended up basically dead because they didn't bother to figure out that there are certain different ways that you live in Alaska. It's dangerous. And then we've got serious drug problem up here. I hate to say it like that, but it's so true. I wish it wasn't that. But, I mean, I can say half of my graduating class. Other sub. I've lost a lot of friends. Yeah, it hurts. But that's also why I use CBDs and cannabis to treat my pain. I hope nobody has a problem with that. That's what I use. I don't do it on my stream, but it's what I use to treat my pain. And I do that because I refuse to take opiates of any kind. I refuse. Just, I feel it's like an insult to some people. I just kind of don't. I just leave it at that, I guess. Don't. I won't go take opiates of any kind, hydrocodones or that. So cannabis is a way safer alternative to that. Those medications that I was on made me so sick. Made me sicker than I am now. Way sicker. I couldn't get out of bed sick, but once I stopped taking them, started trying alternative things like essential oils and stuff like that, and finding out what worked for me. You see, what everybody also doesn't understand about medication, it depends on your body, your metabolism, so many different things. What could work for you could not work for, you know, Joe down the street. I mean, and a lot of pharmaceutical companies think that they give us one specific medication and it's gonna work for everybody, and it does not. Especially when it comes to painkillers. Everybody's different. Everybody's body builds up resistances differently. And, no. Cannabis is something you can easily manage, have. Like, everybody's like, oh, you're just doing it to get high. Nope, 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 nope. Actually, to tell you the truth, the high everybody talks about getting with cannabis, I no longer get. Nothing whatsoever. It just kills my pain. And yet I continue smoking it. Because it does exactly that. It kills my pain. I mean, if it does its job, what do I want it for? I don't want it for fire or something like that. I want it to treat pain and not have to use opiates. But, you know, the rest of the world still has its, reservations about it and things like that, which I can understand. I mean, if my government specifically would actually do the research that it needs to do on it, then, you know, we wouldn't have half the issues that we have with it. Maybe if you guys researched it thoroughly and you played the smart game, then we wouldn't have, you know, adverse, you know, thoughts about it. But I can still say to date, what has it been, 3 years now? And nobody has died to a cannabis overdose. Not a one. I guarantee you there are some people that could smoke even me under the table. Not to. And funny thing is I don't really think there's any such thing as smoking somebody under the table either. Like, I've seen people that can sit there and smoke and smoke and smoke and they're perfectly fine. I mean, it's just like another medicine. You build up resistances. That's just about anything, too. That's why alcoholics have such a problem. That's another big problem we have in our state is... alcohol is a huge, huge problem up here. I wish it wasn't. I've lost so many friends to drunk driving. Which is why I'm like, drive responsibly. I've been that person. Like, if you need somebody sober to come with you, because I can't drink anymore. I used to be able to drink, and it was on occasion, but I have cirrhosis on my liver, so drinking for me is no bueno. I just avoid anything. Like, I even quit smoking this year, which actually was my New Year's resolution last year. Quit smoking. And, I actually managed to do that, you know, quit smoking cigarettes. Been so happy and proud about that. And, smoking cigarettes and been focusing, improving my health. One of the streamers suggested tea fuel and it sounded really, really tasty and I got and managed to get some of it. I'm gonna try it and it'd be a possible alternative to drinking soda. Because soda keeps tearing up my stomach. I need something that... soda. Don't like drinking energy drinks. Harp. But, yeah. I just can't keep doing certain things when it comes to my health as I get older. Trying to improve it, however. So I can keep doing what I love to do. I can see myself doing this long term. So many people have asked me, can you see yourself doing that long term? Like, even when I was doing art, I couldn't see myself doing it long term. It was just something that I always wanted to do. Go to college and have an art career. That was my dream, was to work for Square Enix. But a lot of things changed, and then my dream was to become a soldier. I was actually going to be working on aerospace defense system. I was going to have a huge sign-on bonus, and with my college credits, I was going to be going in, I think, equivalency of... That never... kind of been lost. Thinking of things that I could do, and then my friend suggested, hey, why don't you become a streamer? And I was like, huh? Here I am. All because of an idea. I checked it out, saw what people did, saw the different games and things like that, and I'm like, wait. You guys want me to sit here and play games all day? Something I'm really, really good at? I can do that. I can talk to people all day and play games. I would love to do that. And so far, the few friends that I've been have all been really encouraging so far. And I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them. I've had already quite a few, you know, naysayers like, raw, jump down because, you know, for the sexual, but you know, to each their own. Just don't have it on my stream. I'm just gonna do that, you know, stay to myself, create a healthy environment for people. Promote positivity, you know? And just try to change the world a little bit at a time, or at least for some people. And hey, if I become big, hey, you can say that you were here at the beginning, Little Sushi, or Lieutenant Sushi Roll. I keep thinking Little Sushi Roll because of my email address has LIL at the beginning of it. But yeah. I'm trying in little ways. I figure at least I'm trying though. There's a lot of people that don't bother to try. And some people that expect to make it big overnight, and I'm like, no. If I made it big overnight, I would like probably come onto my stream crying, going, what happened? Hi, new people. Hey, give me like a couple of minutes to memorize all your names. Hold on. And figure out who's who and, you know, stuff like that. Try to create a welcoming environment for them too. Would not know what to do with myself. Like, when I first started out, I got raided by 5 people and I was like, oh my god, what do I do? Oh my god, I was freaking out and they're like I am barely set up anything. Had no idea what I was doing. But you know, I figure I'll look back in a year and probably laugh. Then I'll be like, oh, I was so noob. But you know, I'm getting there. I'm editing little bit by little bit. Like, I realized that my stream, a lot of things that I didn't like. I didn't like the logos in the upper right hand corner where I had moved it. And I didn't like that my Christmas monitor, you know, my donation bar was so big down there in front of people's faces. I was like, no, I do not want that. So I was like, I'm gonna move it all over. I'm gonna put the Christmas monitor, hey, this is an option thing, but I mainly wanted people to see my art, how many viewers that I have, or how many followers I have. I haven't gotten, you know, enough people on average and enough followers yet to actually make partner or affiliate, so I can't include emotes or any of the really cool stuff that I really want to do, which is a bummer to me because I really want to make some, like, I don't know, I want to make little fox emotes, like little blue foxes, like a shocked blue fox stuff like that. Do little artsy emotes. It's one of the things I have planned, and I'll probably redo my stream a couple of times, you know, just to support some other people that do stuff like that. And probably create a few of my own. Don't want to do the same repetitive stuff, that gets boring. That's not me. I don't like being bored when I'm playing games. Got some new items in stock. The Lex fishing pole and some bait that you can attach to it. You can use bait to make fish bite faster. Hope to see you soon. Willie. Hey fishy. Boop, boop. I can get more fishes. I do random voices. You'll learn this about me. It's just something that I do. I'm one of my heroes growing up in, I don't know, I guess, like, life was Robin Williams. Just the way he was. The way he made everybody laugh. He changed people with the way he did them. That's somebody I admire. Like, one of the biggest things that has really hit me of 2020, Black Lives Matter thing and stuff like that. Now, mind you, I am white as a ghost, but hear me out on this. The reason why it affects me so much is because when I was a kid growing up, my hero was Martin Luther King. And I got told that I couldn't go to school as Martin Luther King because I wasn't a boy and because I wasn't black. When none of that mattered to me. He was somebody who revolutionized everything. Who had the guts to stand up and say this is wrong. How you were treating us is wrong. But of course, it fell on deaf ears and I ended up going to school as Henry Ford, which Henry Ford in and of himself is pretty dang cool too, but I mean, he created the hemp plastic car. But it was still the fact of, because of my gender and because of my skin, I wasn't allowed to emulate my hero. And that really changed the way I look at things. Which is why I'm non-binary today. My brain works like a computer anyway, so I don't really see my gender. Where everybody else, they see my face, I see the human soul. That's why I try to treat all of my viewers with, you know, respect, but I have boundaries. You know, we're all human beings. It doesn't matter our skin color or anything like that. At the end of the day, we all bleed red. You know? But I try to change the world the way I can, you know, little bits at a time. People see that differences they don't need to be ashamed of your differences. Everybody's different. Everybody has their own particular brand of crazy. How you treat others as a human being, that shows who you are. And I want to try and treat everybody at least with a basic amount of... And if we can't see eye to eye, to at least, you know, come to an understanding of, I may not agree with you, but I respect you and your views, even though they're different from mine. All I ask is you respect that I have different views from you and not be judged for that. Oh no, don't lose the fish, don't lose the fish. You know? I really want to try and change people's perspectives on how to do life. Try and bring a little bit more peace into the world. At least I want to try. May not succeed. May succeed. Who knows? I don't know unless I try. And I'm not really one to give up. I mean, heck. I had 21 seizures this month and I'm still getting up and streaming at the end of it and going, I got this, I'm still alive. I feel like the Croods half the time when I wake up in the morning, still alive. You know, stuff like that. At least I'm giving it a shot. When I give something a shot, I dedicate myself to it. You know? Don't just get people's hopes up and stuff like that, and then, you know, turn around and ditch them. I ain't gonna do that to you. If you guys basically follow me, I will be here for you. Or I damn sure will try against, you know, everything. Wanna, like I said, create that safe space for everybody to turn go to. Somewhere that's not gonna have, like, somebody freaking out over the headset getting angry. No, that ain't me. The most angry thing you'll ever hear over my headset will be my kid. Or my husband. Depends. They both kind of dudes. More often than not. But I love them dearly. Just the fact of them. My son gets frustrated at the world because he's so complicated and can't communicate, so you gotta imagine how sucky that is for him. That's how I look at him. Autism. Everybody else is like, you're so patient with him. Can you be so patient? It's actually quite easy. All I think about is what it would be like to be in his shoes, to not understand anything and have all these people talking in a language that I don't understand and I'm trying desperately to, but it's getting jumbled all jumbled up from point A to point B while being only a couple years on this earth and barely being able to understand what using the bathroom is. If I think about all of that and how stressful that would be to me, having been stripped of all of my knowledge and everything that I've accumulated over the years. My kid is very, very easy to understand. Not everybody sees it that way. So, look at him and go, oh, a disability. No. Albert Einstein. If you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it'll spend its entire life thinking that it's stupid. Some people in life are just born different. Colin Keller. Temple Grayson. One of the biggest authorities on autism today. We're all different. What we do with those differences. I can sit here and whine and moan about my differences and being judged, or I can do something about it so that people like my kid, who's, you know, hardly verbal, that he grows up in a world where there's not as much judgment for people like me. If I can change that, then I'm doing something right. That's why I'm here. I want to change people's perceptions on autism, for one. For people. We're not monsters. Just saying, we're not. We're people too. For two, to give some parents that have children with autism and stuff like that hope. Their kid can become like me. It's gonna take time, a great deal of patience, a whole lot of love. Not all of them will become like me, but it doesn't matter how old they get, you just don't give up. One of my favorite things to say you want an apple, right? You give up peeling that apple just because it's difficult? If it's hard for your hands and things like that, do you give up when you're hungry? No. Typically, you finish peeling that apple or you find a way to peel that apple. That's how we should look at people with disabilities. We can't find something for them to do. We can't find a job that works for them, then we find something else or we create something else for them. You know? We've spent so much time, I think, the past 10 years not really advancing as people. Technology, yes. Science, a little bit. So our space race leaves something to be desired. But I think a lot of people have lost sight of what it means to be a human being. So focused on the small stuff, don't see bigger pictures anymore. Writing on the wall. And it makes me sad because we could do so much better as the human race. We really could. There's so much potential. We get blinded by the petty. And I know I rant and rave about some weird stuff, but at least I'm entertaining. But at least it's not like ranting about politics. That's one thing I gotta tell people. Please, please don't get me started on politics. Because right now, I'm not happy with either sides of my government. I didn't care what side they are. It's the people of America, Democrat and Republican, both suffer. They've turned a blind eye to it. They hear the people's cries and they ignore them. That hurts to watch. Why I've started turning off my news and stuff like that. 6 years ago, I was homeless for an entire year. I slept in a tent before I had my son, and all of that. Yeah, we were homeless. Not pleasant, but we made everything work, and hey, I'm here today. This is a far cry better than what we were doing, that's for sure. Just saying. Been a long, long road to get to where we are now. I've been to the bottom where a lot of people are right now. You know what it's like to lose everything, and I can't imagine all the people and their families and children being stripped from their homes because their family used to be middle class and then suddenly they're broke. I mean, I look at those people and I'm just like, I am so sorry. I really feel for him, you know? How did this work? Oh. But, yeah. Feel for the working class specifically right now, like, I wasn't hoping for the $2,000 stimulus checks for me, I'm not gonna lie. I was hoping for those people that, you know, the middle class workers that lost everything. The families that have been doing well, got into a home, got to, you know, be stable in life and then lost everything. I feel for those people. That's a rough one. Not gonna lie. That's what part of the reason I try to stay grateful for what little we have, because I mean, at least I have a roof over my head and food in my belly, and I'm not in too much debt. I had a not so nice ex. Well, I should say more, not financially stable exes. They didn't know how to spend money. Well, they knew how to spend money, they just didn't know how to save money and stuff like that, or budget very well. And they put us into debt. A whole crap ton of it. And because of that, I now have a hole, now that I am their ex, to bail myself out of. Because I sacrificed my credit to bail them out. I digress. That's neither here nor there anymore. Regardless of anything, I still gotta bail myself out. Bygones are bygones, and they're gone, so they're not my problem anymore. Ah! Yes, I found it! Oh! I want out! Let me out! Out! 0. Floor 0. I really need to get the minecart up! Why do I always... Isn't this like the 3rd time I've screamed, why do I always do this? I find it hilarious. Hey, at least I can say this. I am very amusing. Even without people seeing my face, but when people see my face, apparently I'm even more amusing. And I wave my hands and things like that. I'm very animated. That's what my grandma calls it. You're just animated. I'm animated. Give me back that strawberry. Amethyst, take quartz. Oh, wait, I need... And batwing. Dub. Sardine. Jade. Oh. Failed! Bad faces. Oh well. There's always later. Get in the bed. I've actually passed out a bunch of times in my own house. A miner's treat. Ooh. +1 axe proficient. Boop boop. Aw, but no combat. Sad face. Hey, 900 gold. 990 gold. Whoops. Little slip of the tongue. It's late. For me, it's 10:30 at night. I've already been streaming for 2.5 hours. Hey, I don't have to water my plants. Going to put the crab pots away. Crab pots. Away. Why do I speak in weird voice? Do not know. This side effect. Of what? Easy. Do. But like I said, I do random voices. Just for like and giggles and stuff. I don't know. I've always found my voices make me feel awkward around people. Who can get mad at a girl who does a Russian voice? Stuff like that. I'm actually not making fun of anybody, but he thinks that at some point. I live in Alaska, and from those of you who don't know, we bought the Russians from Alaska for $1 million. They called it Seward's Folly, even though it wasn't. Probably the best idea Seward had, considering our oil reserves. But, yeah. There are still quite a few Russians up here. In fact, my sister, I think still to this day, is bilingual. Can speak both Russian and English. I think it's cool. I personally have a knack for learning languages myself. I always thought it was super cool that she actually finished learning a language. I'm still working on Japanese. I love Japanese. And their language really does make sense to me. And that's not just coming from an otaku standpoint. I'm saying I literally have tried. only 28 days? There's only 28 days? No! Man. Alright, alright. Maybe later. Gonna go fishing. Some fish that rainy days. Do doop-a-doo. But yeah, I'm just in this up. I had to finish spring. I had to at least finish the big bit. After, not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna put down Stardew Valley for a little bit and pick up Persona 5. I own all three. Well, I own Persona 3, Persona 4, and Persona 5. Whoa. Damn. That was a good fish. But Persona 5 is one of my favorites. I love that game. Do-do. Lost it again. Goodness. Thing's hard. Come on, we can do this. I believe. When I say I believe, that means I believe, not algae. Ox. Yeah, some of the other games. I really am a huge fan of RPG. I also like Otome and open world stuff. I have too many games. And there's so many like hidden gems and stuff like that, like Tales of the Abyss. Love that game. Definitely a game that I'm gonna be streaming. Just depends if I have time. I go for completing a game, beginning to end. When they announced Pokemon Snap, the new Pokemon Snap. I looked at my husband and he went, "It's gonna be one of those, doesn't it?" One of what? He's like, "One of those games you don't stop playing." I'm like, "I don't think you understand. When I picked up Pokemon Snap for the 64, I played that game from beginning to end, and that included getting Mew." I like me some Pokemon. But I'm not gonna lie. Like, I know a lot of people do shiny hunting and they want the rare of the rare. I stopped going shiny. Got hit with the news. that I had a legitimate blue Mew that I sold to people. You see, I had a friend when I was 10 years old that went over to Japan. I think it was... they lived right next door to me. She was Korean. Her family was going back to Korea, and she went to the Pokemon event. Or she was going to the Pokemon event, and she wanted to borrow my Pokemon Red. Sure. I gave her my Pokemon Red. She's like, you should be able to get some rare Pokemon because you can hook it up to this machine. And I said, oh, that'd be super cool. And she brought me back a Mew. Apparently that was the same event that they had released the Shiny Mew in. The only event they had ever released Shiny Mew in. Flash forward 10 years and I have this Pokemon Platinum transfer box with all of my Pokemon from Red, Gold, and was Red, Gold, Soul Silver, Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. Had all of my old school Pokemon transferred over from the old things forward, and I had my Mew. My Mew that was still on Pokemon Red. And I just wasn't even thinking. I transferred over all the Pokemon. Sold all of my games as a set. And as a Pokemon Platinum, I had a completed Pokedex. Every Pokemon. And then I sold it. And I got told by the guy afterwards that I could have sold that blue Mew for thousands and thousands of dollars, and I only sold all of my games for $600. After that, I wasn't really a fan of catching shinies anymore. There's nothing more insulting than that. I was like, I wish I could catch a Pokemon to beat that, but I can't. There's nothing. There's nothing that I can catch that can beat that. The sheer disappointment of going, what? Part of my Pokemon heart died that day. I still love Pokemon, don't get me wrong. I'll play the crap out of those games for the story and, you know, for the new Pokemon and stuff like that. But as for shiny hunting, I'm more into rare IVs and stuff like that, you know. Perfect Pokemon versus shinies. Because those are harder to come by. Making sure that, you know, have them all with high stats and things like that. You know, the badass team. Yeah, that's my thing. Like, the leader that I have on Pokemon Sword right now, the leader of my party is my level 97 Ninetale. The Alolan Ninetales. And literally I one-shotted the Pokemon League in Sword with my Ninetales. Dang it. Man. Yeah. Pokemon is another thing I like to play. Probably play those games at some alongside the Zeldas. I will probably also play some Mario. And I'm definitely playing Rune Factory 5 as soon as it releases. Like, as soon as I heard that Rune Factory 4 was on the thing, I literally clicked Rune Factory 4, the little preview, and it said, Rune Factory 4! And I lost my shit. It was like, I cried as much over Rune Factory's developers shutting down. I cried over them going under as much as I cried over Project Copernicus when it went under. Which was supposed to be the open world MMORPG of Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning. That was heartbreaking to me. Reckoning is still one of my favorite games as well. I have so many favorite games. Like, I don't play a game unless it's good. I've played every Legend of Zelda. Every one. I have played every Pokemon to date, including the mystery dungeons and Picasso and all of that. God, I've played way too many games. It's getting hard to keep up. Like, I figured if I could do anything, I'd love to be one of those people that beta test games, because I mean, I was there at the birth of Minecraft, I was there at the birth of World of Warcraft back in its beta phase. Back when we had nightmare map holes. Oh my god. I was trying to tell somebody about this the other day, and they were like literally trying to hit on me, and I'm like, I don't want this. I'm trying to talk about games. Just because I have hits does not mean that's what you focus on. I'm trying to, you know, have a conversation about games. Anyway, but no, I was sitting there and I was just like, dang it, I do. Make a long story short though, I was talking. Yeah, I was just thinking about games. Anyway, bleh, word vomit. Different subject. Obviously, I derail my own train of thought with that subject. Some dude asked, like, show my shirt, or put my shirt down my shoulder. So uncomfortable. I was like, ew. No. I want to talk about games. Games. Fun stuff. Why I'm here. And I hate that kind of stuff. Female people expect that. I'm like, that's not a female gamer. Might be the kind of female gamer you're expecting, but not about to like show you stuff in order to get money and stuff like that. Like I said before, that to me is like one step away from or prostitution. I'm not okay with that. It's just no. I have enough anxiety just talking to one. And for two, you know, regardless of anything else, I am married and I'm very respectful of the institution of marriage, and I respect partner's boundaries. Not that I even like that kind of stuff in the first place, but what about around and sell myself online, make money? That's not my at all. So gonna that's why I redid everything, set up the moderation the way I did, stuff like that. Nah. Let's just keep it, you know, PG-13. People can swear a little bit, stuff like that, but no sexual. Just no. The closest thing I'll ever do to sexual content is say that's what she said. That's because I've watched too much of The Office. Okay, before it went off Netflix, that's practically all I streamed this past month. I was like, no, my favorite show is going away. Dude, I wish I owned Office. Such an awesome series. I've always liked my screamed, was that movie Anchorman? He screamed loud noises. I lost it. That actor's and you know, kinda humor in it. More intelligent humor, that's for sure. There's some things that are just make you shake your head. There are other things like, you know, a little more of an adultish style of show, but they don't really cross any lines. They cross the lines about some things, but you know, always make good points about it. My opinion. You know, I have my own. Give me 2 minutes going to. I think I'm gonna do a couple of days in December. I really, really need to use the bathroom quick. Give me minutes. I guess you can sit here into the rain. Right back. 2 minutes. Okay, I am back. I grabbed some drink on the little mini fridge. Old friends who taught me. It was really kind at the time. Things changed though. Yeah. Oh yeah. I've had a lot of changes in 2 months. That's but as they say when it rains. I'm trying to get my controller to work real. One moment. I'm gonna see if brings my